Right, and let's move on and shift our focus to some international updates coming in because the Chinese J-16 jet fighter flew directly in front of an American surveillance plane flying in international airspace over the South China Sea, and this forcing the U.S. Air Force plane to fly through the fighter's wake turbulence and causing the U.S. aircraft to shake. So that's the latest development coming in, wherein Pentagon has released a video and also a statement saying that a Chinese fighter jet conducted an unnecessarily aggressive maneuver during an intercept of a U.S. spy plane in international airspace over the South China Sea last week. Let me go across to my colleague Srinjoy for more on this. Srinjoy, this intercept comes amid strained relations between the two nations, also following former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's trip to the self-governing island of Taiwan last August.
Even though President Biden has said that he wants better relations with China, things obviously in the East and South China Sea are getting worse and worse. Now, what we are seeing of this surveillance plane shaking because of the turbulence is another sign of how difficult things are between America and China. It's two planes. That was nearly a head-on collision. And this Chinese fighter pilot naturally, deliberately tried to move into that space in which the American plane was flying. Now, this resulted in what you can see, and it's not a happy sight. The important point is these are little things, perhaps, in the context of two nations, but they are the two most powerful economies of the world. America is a superpower. China aspires to be a military superpower. And things are not very good if you see things like this, because it is a clear sign of escalation. This is a problem. And if this continues, then a day will come when the Americans will do this in retaliation. And then what will the Chinese do? So as a result, this problem is obviously has the potential of escalating, and naturally it's important for the Chinese because President Biden has spoken about closer ties. He has spoken about mending fences. So this is something that has to be done. Otherwise, this problem could well escalate, and it will be bad for India, it will be bad for the world, and of course it will be bad for America and China.
Right. So, of course, this incident is the latest in a season of heightened tensions between Washington and Beijing this year. And also not to forget, Srinjoy, that China turned down U.S. invitation for defense chiefs meeting in Singapore, which is scheduled to happen. Thank you for joining in and sharing all those quick updates.